the third function. We're going to still learn how to do graphing trigonometric function. So we're going to do y equals negative 3 sine 2x minus 3 pi plus 4. And we're going to go ahead and find the amplitude. The amplitude is, in this case, is a negative 3, but we find the absolute value. To get amplitude, the absolute value, which equals 3. And then we get our period, which is 2 pi over b. Our b in this case is a 2 up there. There's 2 pi over 2, giving us pi. Our interval is period divided by 4, so it's pi over 4. That is our interval. Our d in this case is plus 4. It's in the back this time, so it's d equals 4. That's just up or down. Then we're going to do our phase shift, which we're going to start with a starting point and an ending point. And then we're going to go ahead and do the whatever's in the parentheses, which is up here. It's 2x minus 3 pi. We're going to do that down here, 2x minus 3 pi. We're going to make it equal to 0. Then 2x minus 3 pi, make it equal to 2 pi. We're going to add 3 pi to both sides, giving us 2x over 2x equals 3 pi. Then we're going to divide it by 2 to get rid of the 2 and leave x by itself, giving us x equals 3 pi over 2. This side we're going to add 3 pi. We're going to add 3 pi to the other side, giving us 2x equals 5 pi. Divided by 2, giving us x equals 5 pi over 2 for our ending point. Then we're going to create a chart down here, which is x and y. We're going to start with our starting point, which is 3 pi over 2 as a first one. And then we're going to add our interval each time, which our interval is pi over 4. So each time we're going to add our interval, giving us 7 pi over 4. We're going to do 7 pi over 4 plus pi over 4. We're going to do that all throughout. And we're going to add our interval, giving us 2 pi, 9 pi over 4, 5 pi over 2. And then right here it's 9 pi over 4 plus pi over 4 equals 5 pi over 2. This was actually 10 pi over 4, but it was reduced. Same thing with up here. It was reduced to 2 pi. Then our d, for this case, we're going to do our y's, which we're going to do d, then d plus a, d minus a, and then d. So our answer is 4, 1, 4, 7, 4. And then we're going to go ahead and do our graphing. Our graphing in this case, we're going to do up to 7, because that's our highest point that we go up, so we go 1 through 7. And then we're going to go ahead and do our interval, which is pi over 4. So we're going to do pi over 4, and we're going to do that throughout the graph. We're going to stop at pi over 2. And then we're going to go ahead and graph our points, which is on our chart, and we need our y-intercept. So we're going to just keep on going to the left in order to get our y-intercept, and it would be at 0 of 4. So in this case, our domain is negative infinity to infinity. Our range is 1 to 7. Our amplitude, as we did in the previous, is 3. Our period is pi. Our maximum point in this case is up here. So it's at 9 pi over 4 plus n times our period, which is pi, comma 7, because it was located on the 7. And then our minimum point in this case is the lowest one, which is 7 pi over 4 plus n times our period, which is pi, and it's at the 1. The 1 right across at the 1. So then our x-intercept, since there's no points touching the x-intercept, we're going to have our x-intercept is 0. And our y-intercept, as we said, we kept on going to the left, is 0 to 4. So this concludes our lesson for the function y equals negative 3 sine, parentheses 2x minus 3 pi, parentheses plus 4.